When you think about modeling photography, what is it that comes to mind? Is it just a pretty face and a size 0 waist? Well, there's actually a lot more to it, and it's more involved than people think. Not only do we have a photographer and a model, there's many other people as well. Hairstylists, makeup artists, creative director, support people during the shoot that helps out, and other people that are involved in the creative process. To learn more about how this works, I set up a photo shoot with Vancouver, Washington-based Teisha Gresko, who is a model and a makeup artist.
You know, it was something that my mom was interested in for me when I was younger, and when I was like in high school and stuff. She would just sign me up with all these different agencies and bring me to like these casting calls and stuff. And you know, like I said, it never really like stuck or hit off. It wasn't so much something that I was super into at the time. I was really a tomboy. I was into skateboarding and all of that, but she just wasn't going to accept that, I don't think. I enjoy the creative side of it more than anything, you know. Really, it's just having an idea of, you know, just a photo that you think is cool, or an idea that you want to come up with, and then, you know, picking out all the little pieces to put it together, and then building a creative team, and then everybody, you know, putting together all their differences and all their different ideas, and putting together this like super cool shoot that ends up being like a lot of fun, and a lot of people enjoy seeing the photos too. So
There's a common misconception that models are nothing more than a clothes hanger.
In modeling, it's kind of opened my eyes that that's definitely not the case. A lot of models are super creative, super intelligent, and just, you know, they have a lot to bring to the table, I guess, more than just a pretty face. So
The process begins long before you ever see a camera.
you know, you're going and meeting with designers, and you're getting fitted for stuff and all of that, and then just come with a clean, fresh face. I try to stay hydrated, so, you know, my skin's not all like beat up and stuff, and I try to make it easier on the photographer so they don't have to do a bunch of crazy editing and airbrushing themselves to make the photo look right.
For the day of the shoot, models generally expect it to be a pretty long day. But first, there's hair and makeup.
Yeah, I've come to find that it generally takes about anywhere between an hour to 2 hours, depending on the makeup artist, and sometimes it could be a little more close to 3 hours if you have a really elaborate makeup idea. It can be kind of exhausting a little bit for a model too, because I know a lot of models that do like several shoots a week. So I mean, they're from start to finish. Sometimes a photo shoot can be like a full 8 hours, you know.
So you go through the hair and makeup process 2 or 3 hours, so you're already kind of
Tired from that.
tired at that point, and then you have to get in front of the camera. What's it like working with a photographer? Tell me about that.
It's kind of different between each photographer. You know, you have I've kind of find that with male photographers, they tend to, especially with female models, they tend to be a little more timid sometimes, just because, you know, I think they don't want to come off as insulting or make anybody feel uncomfortable. So it's kind of hard sometimes to get direction, you know, like if you're not really getting what they're wanting or what they're looking for. Whereas like a female photographer would generally be like, oh, I can see your double chin, or like suck it in a little bit, or, you know, so I try to be very upfront and honest in the beginning. Like, look, if I'm turned a certain way and you seem to just tell me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, I'm super aware of the fact that, you know, not everybody's perfect.
It's a long but rewarding process, and she says that people should try to model if they're interested.
You meet so many creative, like driven, awesome people, and that's been a really awesome experience for me over this last, you know, few months. It's just overall like it lit a new fire in me to even want to kind of dive in more with just my personal life or my businesses and stuff like that. Seeing other people be creative and set goals and accomplish them in their, you know, creative process, it kind of, you know, has done the same for me. So I would say, you know, that's it. Just don't second guess yourself.
If you want to learn more about Teisha or see her work, you can find her on Instagram at nw.jezebel.